Hey everyone, my name is Ken. This is my son Wes.
Hello.
I'm Anatoly, and this is my daughter Nelia.
Hello.
And we are going to do the instructional video for the 4th grade new member campout. We will be camping at Camp Clausen up in Oklahoma for this campout. We already introduced ourselves. The dates for the trip: Wes and I are going to be doing the boys campout October 4th through 6th. October 11th through 13th, which is the next weekend, is Troy and Lexi. And then when are you guys going?
We are going October 18th through the 20th.
All right.
So we'll see you there.
All right. So directors' emails and phone numbers are available in the participant packet, which you can download from the new HATS webpage, portal.highadventuretreks.org. Go to manage your accounts and signups, where there's both a link to the video and to the participant packet. We also have a great team of co-directors and mentors for each weekend of campouts, all 3 weekends.
And
What? Oh, go
we
ahead.
will be reaching out to all the campers as senior directors, and we will be giving important updates that may come up, any changes due to weather, burn ban, and other instructions. So you will definitely also hear from us before the camp out.
All right. Go ahead,
Okay,
Wes.
the HATS mission for this campout is growing relationships, communication, and leadership through an adventure with our dads. And we'll be focusing on all of these during the weekend. Though the theme for this campout is the Great Pumpkin Search and what is HATS all about. So while we will both be doing our pumpkin search, we will also be learning about HATS, as this is your first campout and you will be kind of like getting a good understanding of what HATS is about. A couple questions that are always asked: when does the adventure start? The adventure starts today. So you need to plan your menu, make sure to bring food that has happened in the past, shop for supplies, and pack and think about your goals for the weekend. And do this with your sons. So dads with your sons, sons with your dads.
And daughters with their dads.
Oh,
and
of
dads
course,
with their daughters.
And no sexism here. So our goals for the weekend, this is going to be 48 hours for you to focus on quality time with your daughter or your son without distractions. You'll also learn more about HATS and the fun ways you can spend the weekends camping. You'll learn the importance of and skills related to learning to trust others and learning how you decide when you can trust others. You can also how you become trustworthy to others, and how to use your relationship with your dad to help you with these topics involving trust. And lastly, to continue on a very exciting journey of growing your relationship with your daughter or son and continuing to introduce them to communication and leadership skills. We have a lot of activities planned for this adventure, and we'll be going pretty hard from start to finish. It'll be a great weekend.
I'm going to talk to you all about the 18-inch rule. For those who are camping with HATS for the first time, HATS has this concept, which is the 18-inch rule, that dads and daughters or sons are to spend the entire weekend with each other. And the 18-inch rule is not figurative, as in we don't go around with a measuring tape, but the concept is that you're going to spend the entire weekend with your daughter or son. It's a few things going on with that. Safety, we want to make sure that the dad-son and dad-daughter teams are safe, looking after each other. But there's also the concept of spending the weekend, spending quality time with each other, and that's what HATS campouts are all about. Anything to add to that, guys?
Just a really good rule that you can't grow your individual relationship if you're not together. So like Ken was saying, we're not going to be walking around measuring the distance, but what we don't want is daughters or sons playing in their own separate groups and dads talking in a dad group. I know we all enjoy that, but we're going to be making sure that we're all together in our dad-daughter, dad-son groups.
spending that quality time with each other throughout the weekend. All right, Wes. Wes is going to talk more about safety.
Okay, so one of the most important rules, if not the most important rule, is to stay hydrated on a camp out. This is a huge concern because we do live in Texas and it is so hot, like all the time. Even though this is going to be during the fall, during October, it is still going to very much be hot. So we should carry water bottles all the time wherever we go and drink at least 2 to 3 liters of water each day when we're on an adventure. And feel free, like if you do not have enough water available to you, to ask around because people will have water because it will be hot. We should also always wear sunscreen. We are outside all day long and exposed to UV rays from the sun. It is important to protect our skin from those UV rays. My dad has always told everybody that if I were to come back from a Hats camp out sunburn, that I would not be able to go into another because my mom would stop him from doing so.
Yeah, I joke about that, but I'm not sure that it's a joke.
No, it's not.
If you have any inhalers, EpiPens, or other meds, please make sure that they are in date and that you bring them with you on this adventure. And while it doesn't also say this, make sure to tell us about it so that we could be aware in case emergency and you are not able to use them yourself. The nearest medical facility is Arbuckle Memorial Hospital in Sulphur, Oklahoma. More info on that is in the packet. We'll have a safety team on every camp out, and they will be able to drive you to the hospital, of course, with your dad or with your daughter or son. Please put closed-toed shoes on, so that means tennis shoes or hiking boots. Sandals are not allowed on dry land. Flip-flops are never allowed, and please, no Crocs.
Excellent, thanks, Wes. One of the other things that is also part of safety is that the camp out is kind of in a wooded area, so expect mosquitoes. So please bring bug spray and apply that to make sure that we keep those bugs away. We're also going to have a safety team. We have one in every camp out. This team has undergone our wilderness safety training. They're certified. They know where the hospital is. And in case an accident happens, which we have definitely trying to avoid, they will know where to go, and they will take care of you. They will drive you, so you don't have to worry about navigating the vehicle and being with the injured person and comforting them. So we want to provide that for you. We will have an AED with the safety team in case we need it. And we will also, the safety team will also have their cell phone, and they will be checking the weather, as will the directors. So there really shouldn't be a need for you to be close to your mobile device. We will take care of all of that for you, and we'll make sure that everybody has a safe weekend, and that we can deliver on the mission.
All right, so I'll be talking about weather. We do not cancel trips due to weather. We are an all-weather camping organization. Sometimes weather is a big part of the adventure. I remember my dad and I first camp out. We had 5 inches of rain, and it was still one of the most memorable campouts to this day. We will be cognizant of what the weather will be and work to make sure everybody is prepared for it. As my dad has mentioned, there will be a safety team, and they will have their phones, and we'll keep an eye on weather and notify if anything is coming and we need to be aware of it. Have decent rain gear, which means no ponchos, and frog togs are inexpensive and do the job well. Also, inexpensive rubber boots are excellent. Make sure tents are staked down with good stakes, including guy lines. If you bring a pop-out, stake out both the corner poles and guy lines. Don't let an unexpected gust of wind create a problem for you, or worse, for your neighbor. We will be away from our camping area most of the day on Saturday, so we will want to make sure that our tents, pop-ups, and campsites are fully secured. And also, we want to be prepared rather than surprised for the weather.
And just to really quickly add on that, we are going to be camping at Camp Clausen at the back of the property. There's a huge singular field, and we will probably be there. So we're no more than like a minute walking from the tents. So just to clarify that. But we still want to make sure that those tents and especially the canopies, the pop-outs, are staked very well. From personal experience, that camp out that Nelia referred to, where we got 5 inches of rain, we ignored the guidance and did not attach the guidelines. Thought we were experienced campers. We were wrong. Strong gust of wind lifted our canopy and ripped through our flies. So that was not fun given the weather conditions. So please, guidelines and stakes on your tents and canopies.
All right. I'm going to talk about cold weather, camping in cold weather. So we have the first 3 weekends of October are when these campouts are. Wes and I are that first weekend. I'm not anticipating that we're going to have cold weather. Wes already mentioned that, you know, the days in October are still pretty warm in a lot of cases, but it could cool down at night, or you could get a cool front that comes in. So be prepared for colder weather. Bring layers. So synthetic or wool make for good layering, not cotton. Cotton loses all of its thermal insulation properties when it's wet. So you want to have layers to adjust from the cooler to the warmer weather and vice versa. Long sleeve synthetic shirts, hats, t-shirts just like these, which are a synthetic blend, fleece, puffy down jackets or synthetic jackets. Make sure you have your rain gear, including a rain jacket. And for at night, if it's cold, gloves, beanies, synthetic wool socks, etc. We generally discourage blue jeans on hats campouts, so don't bring blue jeans. Instead, wear what are those, like the Columbia pants with the zipper?
Yeah. Costco very frequently has good camping gear and those zip-off pants. They call them tech pants, I think,
Yeah.
that zip off at the knee. They usually go for $20 and are a great investment. So just a pro tip, check out Costco for camping gear. And another request is that don't go out and buy a lot of gear. We will be talking, especially on this specific campout,
Yeah.
we will be talking to you about what gear to buy, what not to buy, what works well, what doesn't, giving you a lot of guidance. So if you don't have a lot of gear, please do reach out to us. Hats does have gear that you may be able to borrow some from friends, family. Don't go out and buy just yet.
Yeah, good. Let's see. Make sure that you have good hiking shoes that are water resistant, or a pair of boots in case it rains. For sleeping in cold weather, one of the things that a lot of us do in hats is we bring 2 sleeping bags for ourselves, and we double up the sleeping bags, and that's a good way to stay warm at night. One of the sleeping bags can be a 30-degree sleeping bag, and the other one can be a cheaper bag, but the 2 of them together really help you stay warm at night. Another thing, I just invested in it in the past year, is the liners to sleeping bags. Those are really good about adding an extra 10 degrees to your sleeping bag as well if it gets cold at night. Anything else to add on sleeping bags?
I won't add something about sleeping bags, but just general like clothes and stuff. Always pack for colder weather. Like unless it's like the middle of summer, like it's better to have layers when it's hot than to not have layers when it's cold. So even if we, we go into the camp out and it's 90 every day and it's perfectly fine nights, at least you have those layers there in case it is the opposite of that and it's pretty cold.
All right. You're next with the schedule.
For getting there, try to arrive by 7 p.m. on Friday evening. This gives you enough time to set up before we start our activities around 8:30. We will have some fun things planned if anyone is ready early, or you can also just kind of like go around and like talk to people, On Saturday, we will have a 7 a.m. wake-up call. You'll have your typical breakfast, which means stuff that you will be bringing at your campsites, and then some morning activities at 8 a.m. At around 10 a.m., we will leave the campsites for our activities. It's not far, make sure you carry plenty of water with you. Again, bring a lot of water. Folding chairs also help. We will not be eating lunch at the activities, but folding chairs are nice in case you want to sit down at a certain time, especially, in case it might be hot and you just need to kind of like sit down, drink some water. We will come back to the campsite for lunch and leave after for our afternoon activities, coming back for dinner. So we will come back, lunch, leave again for afternoon activities, and then come back for dinner. On Sunday, it'll be the typical AM program. So eat at your tents, and then come together for group activities around 8 o'clock. So team breakfast, games, breakout questions. Note that we will finish promptly at 11:30 on Sunday morning. So even if we are not finished, once 11:30 hits, camp out is over. If for some reason you need to leave earlier than that, please let your camp out director know. And we do ask that you are done with packing early in the morning before activities start. So if you do have to leave early, pack all your stuff up before the activity starts, so that people aren't like looking over and watching you pack, but while we're doing activities.
If you do have a need to leave early, just make sure you communicate that with your director, and your director will work with you on the weekend. All right.
All right, so as I mentioned before, we are going to be camping at Camp Clausen, which is in Davis, Oklahoma. The exact address is 10840 Main Camp Road, and all of this information will be in the packet. But basically, you just get on I-35 North, and that will take you to camp. The exact instructions with the maps will be there. When you are getting close, you will start seeing hat signs. So be on the lookout. Google Maps is generally very good, but it will guide you to the main camp in Camp Clausen. We are back at the property, so it's about a 10-minute drive from the main camp. So definitely be on the lookout for these signs, and they will guide you right into our campsite. Are you going to cover the food?
Yes, I
All
am.
right. Oh, okay.
All right, so food on Hat's Adventure. Friday dinner is on your own. You could either pick it up or you can cook it when you're on the campsite. Saturday breakfast is a team breakfast between you and your dad. And you can cook eggs, pancakes. I've seen people do such extravagant meals, or you could just keep it really simple. Lunch on Saturday, we will be able to come back to our campsite to eat lunch. So you can make it really quick, such as sandwiches. That's what my dad and I always do. For dinner, we will set up grates over charcoal fire, and everybody cooks and eats dinner all together. And it is really fun, and this is where you can go extravagant. I've seen people cook burgers, pizza. I always eat boudin, sausages, so that's something to look forward to in the camp out. Sunday breakfast, once again, it's a team breakfast for you and your dad, and it is just like Saturday morning. You can keep it simple, keep it extravagant. And Sunday lunch is on your way home. So just to make sure, please be aware of the time and make sure you're not doing something that's too time consuming, because we are on a time crunch at some points.
And after dinner on Saturday, we will be doing Dutch ovens. So, dessert specifically. So if you have a Dutch oven, if you would like to make a dessert to share, please do bring that. We always have plenty to share, and it's always a very sugar-filled Saturday evening as we listen to ghost stories, as we watch the skits that our participants put together. A lot of fun. Some repetition here for equipment. As Wes mentioned and multiple times, plenty of water. 6 gallons is what we recommend. There is no potable water at the campsite. There's no electricity, there's no potable water. So please make sure that you have plenty to drink and to wash your hands. Rain gear, frog dogs or better, Please, no ponchos, no umbrellas. They will not be able to keep you dry in our activities. And at least an 8-pound bag of self-lighting charcoal. Please do not bring the regular charcoal unless it's specifically for your Dutch oven, because we pull all the charcoal together and we all need it to be ready at the same time, and it takes about 45 minutes from the time we light it to the time it's ready to cook anyway, so we really need that to be self-lighting. Also, please bring at least 3 sticks of firewood. We hope to be able to have a community fire and to tell ghost stories around the fire and do our skits. So at least 3 sticks. There is really no wood to pick up at the campsite, so we just want to make sure that we have enough. Layers of clothing, be ready for hot weather, be ready for cold weather. Your cooking utensils, forks, bowls, plates, don't forget those, cups, your tent, obviously, chairs are important. We will be doing equipment demonstrations and headstock, and obviously sitting around by the fire. So please be comfortable, bring folding chairs, those are great, and so you're comfortable at night. A hat and sunscreen are a must. Trash bags, there is no place to dump trash at the campsite, so we pack out our own. Please do have a trash bag so that you can pack your own trash out. And while this specific camp out does not have a lot of downtime, some of our campers do enjoy some fun things like cards or frisbee, volleyball, soccer ball. You may want to bring that. The suggested equipment for this camp out, it will be in the packet, and we hope that you follow it and have a fun and safe camp out.
All right, so let's talk about non-negotiables. We will be going into more depth during the camp out, but I'll just give you a quick overview. These ground rules are all about creating the environment for effectively delivering that HATS mission Wes talked about, which is growing relationships, communication, and leadership through adventure with their dads. You will be hearing that a lot, and it will be implanted in your head. So the non-negotiables, as Ken has said, is 1, the 18-inch rule. You want to make sure that you are within arm's reach with your dad or your son and your daughter. No alcohol. Alcohol is a mind-altering substance. This applies for the dads, and usually the dads will tend to then gather together while the girls do their own thing. Once again, you're breaking that 18-inch rule. It's the bonding experience we want to talk about. No RVs. This is a tent camping organization. No firearms. That is a distraction mostly for the dads. They tend to crowd around once again to talk about that. No pets. This typically is a distraction for the girls and sons. And no electronics. So only the safety team and the directors will have their phones on them. And electronics are such a distraction, so this is a one-on-one bonding time, as I've said. No leaving early during activities. However, if it is an emergency, just please make sure to inform the director. And if you do need to leave early, what has Wes and Ken have said, you just want to make sure you do it before the activity starts so that you are not a complete distraction. So don't pack up early unless absolutely necessary. We will send an update via email on Thursday before the camp out for any last-minute changes or adjustments. So please be sure to watch for that. And in the meantime, do not hesitate to reach out to your directors if you have any questions.
A couple of points to what Nelia was saying. I know that a lot of you are coming from YMCA, Y Guides program, and they also have an no alcohol policy, but maybe some of you were camping with groups where they kind of turn a blind eye. We really mean that. The alcohol is not acceptable on HATS campouts. Please leave that at home. If you happen to have brought some, leave it in your car. Just do not have any at the campsite. That is a hard rule for us. For cameras, we will have mentors taking lots and lots of pictures. So there is really shouldn't be a need for you to even have a plain camera. We will be taking a lot of pictures. We will make sure that the mentors are positioned in the right places to take good pictures. Absolutely, we'll take care of that. And we understand that things come up and we all have busy lives, and that you may have something where you need to leave early, planned or unplanned. If that happens, especially if it's planned, just let us know and we'll come up with a plan together so that you're least disruptive to the rest of the camp out.
Oh, and just one more thing to add on, going further on no electronics. You know, this camp out's all supposed to be like a break from like electronics and like, you know, your normal lives. So if you still have like your phone, you're still gonna be, you know, worrying about stuff like I'll have college apps to be doing, and you know, that's gonna be going through my mind all up until camp out, and then during that weekend I cannot think about it, and then, you know, back on Monday I can keep thinking about it again. But it's just like a nice break from everything to do with reality.
All right.
I think that's it. Hope you got a lot of information out of this video, and we will see you on the camp out. Looking forward to it.
All right.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.